Previously on the Apocalypse Eternal Darkness livestream.
These enemies get the axe.
Sundowner asks, Dennis, what's your opinion on the ghoul versus vampire conflict that has been going on in the Discord and the forums for a while?
Well, first of all, I love it. Secondly, I think the ghouls are going to surprise a lot of people.
Dennis has a new campaign idea.
Ranks of the Dead in Dead House.
We're also thinking about a campaign, maybe a Patreon that's called Get Good for Jalen. I don't know what the cost of it will be. It could be a couple million, but it's got a long way to go.
It's got to be up there somewhere, for sure.
And I died.
It becomes very clear that is not what's happening, which is good.
Oh no.
Deep into that darkness peering, long I stood there, wondering, fearing, doubting.
We are live. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another Apocalypse Studios live stream. My name is Jalen Pachenik, your community herald, and joining us, as always, is our CEO and founder, Dennis Dyack. How are you today, Dennis?
Hey, Jalen. Hi, everybody. Great to see everyone here.
Great to see everybody in the chat, by the way. So glad that Varric Keldon could join us today, finally. And we appreciate the raid as well for bringing in a couple more viewers. We'd also like to thank Brawlstars _8bit for hosting, Sailor Midgard, Captain Cutthroat, Faceless Mike. Thank you guys so much for hosting us. We really appreciate it, and we can't be doing this kind of stuff without your support. So it goes a very long way for us. We appreciate that. A couple quick things I guess you guys have noticed for this week's stream. We actually don't have a guest for this week due to some scheduling issues. It'll just be myself and Dennis today, but we still have lots of great questions about Dead House Sonata to ask and have answered. So
Yeah, we messed up on that. That was our fault. but we've got some exciting stuff just around the corner, and we have an idea, and we'd love to get people's opinions on this as we were just talking about it now, and as Jalen continues to play through the second last chapter of Eternal Darkness. So we're going to start doing these narrative streams, and we were debating the difference between Twitch and Discord. And one of the interesting things about Discord is we can actually have people join in and speak to us rather than text us and ask questions. So it's more almost like a call-in show. So what we're thinking about doing for the narrative stream, which is going to be once a month, and we're starting the 1st, so it's going to be this Wednesday. We're going to do it on Discord, but we're going to stream Discord to Twitch. So it'd be both on Discord and Twitch, and we can have people, if interested, could actually join the voice channel and speak to us directly rather than typing. Everyone think that's a good idea? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Let us know.
yeah, I can't think of too many people that would be against that idea, Dennis. I think that sounds like a really good way for some interaction through the community.
Yeah, it's seeming we're getting some thumbs up, and yeah, people are saying that sounds cool to me. Great. Mm-hmm. Could be messy, but I still approve. Well, messy is what we're all about. Wait! I can't wait to even start talking about some of the directions we're going in, and some of the darker directions, Varric. We're going dark. We're going dark, and not dark in the sense of quiet. We'll be somewhat quiet for a little while, but we'll be doing these streams and other streams all the time. But we're really going to be focusing on a lot of the horror elements in the game. Yeah, absolutely. And we will be moderating for sure. Yeah, we're going to want to make sure that I don't know how we're going to do that. We'll figure it out over the weekend, and we'll make sure that it's not 10 people speaking at once. We'll probably control the muting and the unmuting and all that kind of stuff. But it should be fun. And we have you announced. So did I cut you off before we announced the contest today, Jalen, we probably should go over that, right?
Yeah, we probably should. We are giving away another Risen Founders Pack for this week's stream. If you type in the word Risen into the chat, RISEN. It doesn't have to be entered in multiple times, just once will do it, but that will submit you for a chance to win a free Founders Pack to give you access to the second age of Dead House Sonata. This Founders Pack is giftable, so if you already have a Founders Pack, don't worry, you'll be able to use it to get your friends into the world of Dead House. Oh dear, okay. I didn't realize the timer was going to start like immediately. Came back into this
Break
game.
time's over.
Yep, came back to this game at a slightly stressful part. Let's see if I can make it across here. Good thing I saved just before this though, because I figured something like this would happen. Oh, we're just gonna run past you. So Dennis, we do have a question from the Twitch chat. This is from classic_8bit, who asked, "What will the skill tree look like of Dead House Sonata?"
So there's some pretty interesting surprises within. I think you're gonna have to kill some of these guys.
I think so.
I can't run by everything, man. So the skill tree, to be clear, is going to be a skill graph. So what that means is it's not going to be your typical tree structure, and there is one very interesting design mechanic that I'm going to save and not talk about, but we are very excited about it. I haven't seen it in any game to this date. We think it's really unique, and I look forward to rolling that out with everyone. I think it's going to be really cool. But essentially, the skills are each skill tree will be specific to a race. There's no, unlike Path of Exile, where it's one skill tree for the entire game. Each different class has its own tree. There'll be different alignments and different specifications. But again, they're going to be graphs, so they won't be typically what you see in Diablo. They will be in the form of what you see in Path of Exile, except for it's not globally shared. Each different class has its own. I hope that makes sense.
Mm-hmm. I think that does. I think that answers the question very well. It's been pretty interesting, a lot of the design meetings lately that we've been having about skill trees and stuff.
I'm so excited about it. I'm a big fan of doing things differently, and I thought in this case we'd be standing on the shoulders of giants when it comes to developing some of these things. And I was like, we're doing so many things that are different out of the box. And then we came up with this idea, and we just like it so much. We're going to go with it, and we'll be rolling. That's not going to be rolled out for several months yet, but we hope that when we do, people will, everyone here will really like what we show. I know we're excited about it right now, but the proof is going to be in the pudding. When we roll it out, we'll look forward to everyone's feedback as always.
Mm-hmm. I know that, Ian and I were talking about during the community roundtable streams, the fact that you guys in the community are sometimes a little quicker on some things than we are. There was, I don't know if you saw, Dennis, but there was a thread about tarot cards. And as soon as I read it, all I thought was, damn it. Like, who told them? I don't know.
No one told them. They can't possibly know this particular aspect of it yet.
Nope.
But I am a big believer in tarot cards. And, well, the tarot card analogy and things that they probably know within... I might have been speaking about tarot cards as well. But in Legacy of Kain, you picked up cards. That theme is going to be continued in Dead House. But on top of that, the different political factions are all based upon tarot cards. And there will be, depending on what factions you take, whether it be Noblesse or the Horde. I have talked about that openly in the chat. Fortunately, that does not give away the idea. And hopefully you guys didn't talk about anything specific in there, did you?
Nope, I don't think so.
Okay, good. Don't want to give away. We've got some cool stuff coming. It's going to be really neat what we're doing. So I'm excited about it.
Oh yeah, so am I. It's going to be a lot of fun when you guys finally see what we have planned. Okay, this room I have to fight people. Definitely. Oh dear. I don't like the red timer right above there. It just puts way too much stress on me. Back into this room. there was a question from Brawl Stars 8-Bit who asked, will there be hybrid houses? Ooh. Oh, I'm not supposed to be anyways.
Hybrid houses. There will be minor houses, and there will be spillover of houses, which I guess would qualify under that. These are all long-term things, but things we have talked about specifically. And so I guess the answer is sort of. Maybe yes, I guess it's a hard call. It would have to be. I'd have to know specifically what the context is of what you're speaking about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is a tough one. I know we've talked before about discussions on various houses, like the human house or the our community created house that may or may not be planned for the future, and that might have something to do with hybrid houses. But I don't think there'd be too much of a cross between Giga House and Dead House, for example. Maybe?
Well.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Well, so in the future, what is to stop us? So Dead House. So when we introduce other houses, we'll be introducing PvP, of course, and say we introduce Giga House. There'll be classes associated with Giga House. What is to stop us from having an undead giant class in the game? Right? And so theoretically, the game is built from the ground up to accommodate that. That's the way the system was built. Because the House of Dead welcomes all. And though the House of Giants probably wouldn't welcome too much undead, but the House of the Dead, well, they don't care so much. They're all embracing, and they're offering a welcome message to all that want to join the ranks. So I think dependent on the nature of the house and on where some of the storyline is going to go, which only a few of us know because it's all up here. Those possibilities are definitely in the cards.
Okay.
Purposeful pun.
Interesting. I know that, Brawl Star 8-Bit sort of clarified and said hybrid species in a house, but I think that sort of...
that answers it pretty conclusively, yes. If that's what he means, then the answer is yes.
Oh, okay. Whew, got out. Whew. I was worried about that one. Bit of a maze down there in that tunnel, or that temple. Oh, Alex Roivas, okay. Yeah. Question from Sundowner from our Twitch chat has said, why did you choose to involve tarot cards with Dead House Sonata? How will they fit with the game? I think that second part is probably spoiler country, but why tarot cards? I can say some things that I've talked about already, so it's not total spoilers. So, I'm a huge fan of tarot cards, just from the concept of them in general. The fact that they essentially they have been, at least from my understanding, pretty fundamental within Western culture. Within a lot of playing cards today, so many people play card games. It's all based upon, of course, the foundations of the tarot deck. And also within Legacy of Kain, you can see the draw there as well. I just think that these types of things that lend themselves to prophecy, prediction, and then on top of that, there are also the early beginnings of procedural generation. And so they fit well with some of the procedural generation stuff we're doing. So it all really ties in well as the houses, of course, the political factions. I think that there are certain ways that you can construct different systems, and tarot card systems are actually quite elegant, and they allow for a lot of creativity within those systems. And I think it's almost like when you talk about mythologies and how they resonate with certain people. I know tarot cards resonate with me personally, and I think they resonate with the rest of the design team as well. So that's why they're there. Okay, yeah, interesting. Because, I know that tarot cards have sort of been a staple in, like, Silicon Knights games and Blood Omen. They were a big part of the mechanics behind it. So it makes sense that they would be in a spiritual successor to Legacy of Kain. Guy's dead? Okay. Do you know how to read tarot cards, Dennis?
Yes, though I would not consider myself a practitioner at all. I've done a lot of research into them, so I would say I'm book savvy, but not experience savvy. I've never read anyone's or anything like that, but I know how the systems work, and I think they're quite interesting. Quite interesting.
Mm-hmm. I definitely. Oh dear. Okay. I agree for sure. I can't say I've ever tried to read them either, so.
They're cool.
Mm-hmm.
They're cool.
Finally got. So we can finally do this puzzle. Okay, adjust the mirror. About there, probably.
Yes.
Okay. Okay.
Thanks, DD. Thank you.
Oh, did I miss a notification?
Distortion Devil is hosting the stream. I said thank you.
Ah.
Really appreciate it.
Yeah, we really appreciate that, Distortion. Thank you. Apologies about the confusion earlier today, but we got it figured out.
That was definitely all on us.
Yeah.
There you go. Good job.
Okay. Huh. Been wondering.
So interestingly, this puzzle was the biggest stopper in the game when we focus tested. Because we had this room open from the very beginning, people who first started playing this game would spend hours in this room trying to solve this puzzle when they didn't have everything to actually complete it. So we didn't have a chance to change it. We probably should have locked the door until you had all the necessary parts. But, we watched this at E3 as well when we were showing this game off at E3. So that puzzle was the most irritating and lowest scoring thing when we had the game evaluated for Eternal Darkness, that puzzle, because it was open too early.
Really interesting.
Yeah. I find all this stuff, sort of very, very cool. It's fun to see all these things. There's your package. This is the best weapon in the game.
Come here. I ain't afraid no ghosts anymore.
Yeah. So use it, man. No, you don't know. You can throw it.
You can throw this one. Ooh.
Yes.
Okay.
So watch. Fire it at the fire it. There you go.
Yes, I do like that. Very, very much so.
Yeah.
We had a question from oh, sorry, go ahead, Dennis.
No, I was going to say you can use it as melee and you can use it as distance, so it's the best one in the game. Anyway, go ahead. I know there was a good question about Russian language, right?
Yeah, Laylar in the chat had asked, will there be Russian language? I'm assuming just a translation into Russian.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what was it? Yeah, no, sorry, I cut you off. I'm too hyper. Go ahead.
That's okay. So am I. A lot of caffeine today. The second part of the question was, will lore be supplemented on the site? I'm assuming he's meaning our forums.
No, I think he's meaning the Necrolibriatus. And so let me answer the first question first. Yes, absolutely. Russia and Russian language in general is going to be a big component. Right now, we're thinking subtitles. However, we're going to look to the community because we know in some regions they prefer voiceover instead of text. But our first pass is to give everyone subtitles in the native language. Russia is one of them. I think we have 11 languages currently scheduled to be translated. Some we may do voiceover for. It's really tough when you do voiceover localizations of different languages because we can't do quality control on that unless we speak the language. And I speak some Japanese and English. So I would not be able to tell, as an example, if the Russian translation, if the acting was awful or good, because you can't understand it. So that's the risk when you do voiceovers. I know with Legacy of Kain, as an example, some people told me some of the localizations were awful. Some of the voiceovers that we did, and I had no idea nor no way how to test that. So that's the risk when you actually do voiceovers. So, but the answer is yes. So the second part, will we be updating the lore on the site? Absolutely. We just did an update, I think last week or a week and a half ago, where we updated the name of the continents. We updated the Necrolibriatus. You're starting to see some community contributions. But we have a much bigger rollout coming on how we're going to open things up for the community, and you're going to see a massive rollout that's coming soon. I think it's within a few weeks. I know Jalen and the rest of the crew are prepping for everything. It's going to be super exciting. Can't wait to talk about it. But there's going to be all kinds of things like that. So just like the game is going to be persistent, going to be living and breathing, look for us to be constantly updating the lore all the time, and then also working towards ways to get the community involved in this. Really excited about it. I think this is what's really going to make Dead House Sonata really stand out, from the standpoint of you can expect the type of stories that you will usually get in games that I've created in the past, but we're going to have this added element where there's going to be others contributing as well. And if we get the community big enough, it's just going to become more awesome. So that's the goal.
Mm-hmm. And hey, my brother-in-law moved here from Russia. If we need a Russian translator, I'm not sure what he'd charge us.
Yeah.
But, hey, if he speaks it.
That's cool. He speaks Russian? That's awesome. I had no idea.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, and I think Yuri does as well, doesn't he? On the team?
Yuri speaks Russian as well. Correct, he does.
That is one option, but Yuri has slightly more important things to do than pour over all the text and translate it, so he gets a pass.
Absolutely. He's kind of doing some core things with the engine.
Yeah. Let's let him focus on that stuff. Okay. So all of these are stuck like this. But if I run down to this one, put my shield back on. Let's see how much mana I've got for a dispel at the end of this. I appreciate everybody telling me to save the game, as always. It's very good to remind me. And if you guys are just joining us in the chat right now, we are giving away a free Risen Founders Pack. All you have to do is type in the word Risen. That one's not going to work because it's the wrong color. I got sidetracked, but if you guys haven't heard, we are giving away a free Risen Founders Pack. All you have to do is type in the word Risen into the chat, R-I-S-E-N, to be entered for your chance to win. Entering it multiple times doesn't increase your chances of winning, and if you already have access to the second age of Dead House Sonata, you'll be able to gift this one to a friend. So get your Risens into the chat for your chance to win. Okay. Let's try this one more time. Shield. Get me through this floor. Pandora Jane had a question in the chat for you, Dennis, that said, who delivers the paper parcel to Alex in Eternal Darkness?
I believe it was Michael, if I recall correctly. Oh man, it's going back so long, but I think that is who it was. I believe that's the case. I believe it was Michael. I think that's what the last cutscene was showing and alluding to. Mm-hmm. Or it could have. It's either that or it's her actual grandfather who knew he was going to be killed and sent it in the mail. I can't remember the specifics. It's one of those two. It was either Michael or Edward, as far as I can remember. Sorry, I wish I knew the answer. If I looked carefully over the notes, I'd be able to tell you for sure. I'm sorry, I should know these things, but you forget after a while. So anyway, hey, and hello, Pandora Jane. It's good to see you here. Thanks for the question.
Mm-hmm. Special shout out to Pandora Jane for helping me set up Dolphin and getting this Eternal Darkness emulator running as good as it does right now. No more green screens in between cutscenes. And
yeah, I noticed that. That's amazing. That's really good. So thanks a lot for that. I realized that there was no fade out garbage, so I was like, wow, this is great.
Mm-hmm. Yes, running much better now. I noticed a couple of like lag spikes when I walked into the main hall with the Enchanted Gladius, but this version of the emulator will lag before it crashes. So pros and cons to it.
Lag is acceptable, so I think that's fine.
Mm-hmm. I need to fix this.
No, it's not Pius. It's not Pius. Definitely not Pius. He doesn't want to be helping you. He only had that one creepy cinema that I really enjoyed writing.
Oh yeah, very creepy.
It was creepy. I wanted to see how uncomfortable we could make it. And it got pretty uncomfortable for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And when we were focus testing that particular cinema, people would come up to us like before it was done. They're like, "What are you implying here? I'm feeling a little uncomfortable with this." And we're like, "Okay, well, I'll keep playing." And then when it was done, they're like, "Okay, you got me. That one was pretty good."
Oh, uh-oh. Time to use the essences of the Elder Gods. That can't be good. Classic 8-Bit had a question in our Discord channel. He asked, will there also be unlockable companions, like a Wyvern or a Hellhound, or maybe a Familiar?
Well, for companions, we're definitely going to have dogs and cats from the adoption program. It is highly likely we will have things like that are house related and specific. Now, I don't know if those would be appropriate for the House of the Dead, but they'd certainly be appropriate for other houses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure if a Wyvern would fit in Dead House Sonata, but at the very least we got cats, dogs, and turtles.
Well, cats, dogs, and turtles fit everywhere. Come on.
That's true. We are against Ulyaoth on this run, correct? So I think it should be green.
You're fighting Ulyaoth?
Yes.
So RBG, yes.
RBG or RGB?
RGB, sorry, RGB.
Okay.
RBG. Sorry about that.
No, it's okay. Just made me
Set
nervous.
up. Nah, don't be nervous. You got it right. I think green is the right answer there.
Okay. Trappers, perfect. Please. I want it this time. Okay.
So power up. You get a power up here.
Mm-hmm. Grab the green if I can. I don't want this guy to hit me though. Please don't. Corpse Maggot Familiars, Sundowner. I mean, that would fit. Yeah.
Don't forget you can throw that sword.
Oh yeah. Oh. Why'd you wait so long to give us this thing? Well, I guess it makes sense.
I think it's a secret. I don't think everyone gets that.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Very good to know.
You have to get all the secret items to get that, actually.
So I think I know Pandora Jane was saying we have skipped a couple secrets in this game, I believe. If we were doing a full 100% completion run, we have already failed that, so...
Yeah, you don't... I don't believe you've got the Mantarok color, so for the spells. They rule all. They're generally some of the best. There's some ones that... And then... we never did put the 5th Ancient in there, so... The yellow magic.
Planned, but unfortunately...
No, it wasn't... It was not planned. We could have done it afterwards, but it would have been extra bonus if we had time. So it was kind of we didn't. So
okay, do this again. Faceless Mike says, I need a bat familiar to carry my tortoise. I mean, what is the speed of an unladen African bat? Is it heavy enough? Is it strong enough to carry a turtle? I'm not sure. Okay, back into here. And we do all these again. Starting to finally get the hang of this in the last chapter of Eternal Darkness. Better late than never. Brawlstar says a necromancer would already have a companion. See, that's why I want to play as the Lich, because they come with friends. You just have to make your own sometimes. Okay. Paragon. Bring this city to the ground. Faceless Mike asked in our Twitch chat, will Dennis be starting his own guild in Dead House Sonata, and when can we join?
I don't know. I hadn't thought about that. We'll see. Maybe it'll be. If I ever did anything like that, it would have to be super special from a standpoint of big rewards, requires a long amount of dedication. But it'd be something interesting and different. But I don't know. I don't know if it might be tilting the scales too much too, even then. So
we'll have to see. We do try to remain impartial as the developers. Even when Dead House Sonata is released and we play it and get to patch it and put up patch notes, I think a lot of developers for some games fall into a habit of they like a specific style or character, so that character gets all the buffs because the developers like them. Not necessarily because they deserve it. Layla, you're asking how can someone play Eternal Darkness on PC? I'm currently running this on the Dolphin emulator, and it works really well. I think that's probably one of the only ways to play this on PC. And it's a really, really good emulation of it anyways. If you change up a couple of the settings, this is running almost perfectly. Very few noticeable differences between a game.
What settings did you change? Was it video board related?
No. There was something in... What was in the graphics and stuff? I can't even remember now, but it was just in the graphic settings. Whether or not they will display messages like the saving data, all that yellow text that used to appear at the top. And then something about some sort of textures that shouldn't be visible to get rid of the magic, or the green screens anyways. What am I looking for? Dispel. Nethek and Regermore. Okay, get out of here, go to the next one. Brawlstars _ 8-bit asked, would there be an undead character like a Grim Reaper? Fairly broad question, but I can't see why not.
Yeah, the Grim Reaper is interesting because the Grim Reaper is almost divine and not necessarily undead. He represents the passage of death and the sort of gatekeeper towards death. So something like that is possible for the future. I would have to think ahead of how we would classify that. And to be clear, would he fit within the world of Dead House Sonata? For sure, because we have 9 different houses. It's just what house it would fall in if we wanted to do something like that. And as the game develops, because it is persistent and it is online, and we will be releasing more and more classes as the game develops, I think it would be really cool to have something like the Grim Reaper. It's just whether that would fall in the Divine or in the House of the Dead or some other house that we haven't talked about yet. And the more I talk, the more houses I talk about, so I guess I should stop talking.
Well, I know that we have discussed there are sort of 9 gods, one for each of the different houses, or a pantheon of gods, one for each of the different houses, and the Grim Reaper wouldn't exactly be like Dead House's god, because he's more of the passage between life and death, while the undead are much more focused on staying in one state and not transitioning.
Yeah, to be clear, yeah, there are patron gods for each house. There's a lot more gods than there are houses, though, and there's other levels of gods as well. So there's a crazy hierarchy of all things, where you go from, I don't know, I guess mere mortals like humans to powerful houses like House of the Dead, and this puzzle's fairly straightforward.
I think so.
And then there's different hierarchies of the gods, and some gods are more powerful than others. So there's going to be a lot to be had there, and I look forward to rolling that stuff out as well.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we're going to summon a horror of... I'm not sure if the colors matter on this one. That's
the colors do matter. Look for the color of the actual... See, it's green?
Yeah, so that is green, so our red. I'm not sure if this one's powerful enough, but we shall see. Alright, to attack enemies targeted by right. Okay. Okay, yeah. Fairly straightforward. Good. Like I said, I was looking up some stuff about, okay, so he's gonna keep doing that.
No, I think you want to match the exact color in this case. I don't think you want to, if I'm right, I think you want to summon that color, but if I understand it.
We shall see. This one is red, so we'll give him a red zombie.
See if that actually works. See if that doesn't. That's what I recall. I could be wrong. Like I said, it has been a long time. So.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, you must have been correct. It's not about...
There we go.
Yeah.
See?
Okay, so I just need a blue trapper, but I need more energy.
I think you have to kill that. Do you have to kill the horror over there that is running around, or is he gone?
Probably have to kill him. He did attack me earlier, so for that alone, he deserves to die.
He clearly deserves to die.
Yes.
Is he gone? It looks like he's gone.
Yep. Sundowner asked, will the undead of Dead House have living allies, like human agents / servants working for them with the promise of becoming undead at some point?
Oh, we've got lots of stories around that whole thing. Yes to all, and more permutations than that too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, that's a pretty classic staple trope in undead lore of having, living servants that are always having the carrot of immortality dangled in front of them, and it's a question of whether or not they ever actually get it. I don't know if you've ever heard of, Dennis, there's a movie called What We Do in the Dark.
oh yeah,
Yeah,
love it.
a very good mockumentary about vampires. Much more lighthearted than Dead House Sonata or anything. But
Yeah.
I did love the bit. The vampire, the main character, had a human, a thrall, a servant who helped him out with matters of the living, but the vampire, being immortal, had forgotten about him a long time ago and left him and promised him immortality and never came back. And I don't know, I thought it was a very funny bit. The old man begging this vampire to come back and save him.
Yep. No, I like that a lot. Actually, I just watched another movie that I really like. It's kind of a cult movie, but I really enjoyed it, called The Void.
Okay.
I thought It was a really interesting film. It's not a comedy. It's quite fun, and yeah, it's got some cool stuff in it.
Yeah, I will say The Void does not sound like a lighthearted romp of any kind.
Pretty neat.
Captain Cutthroat agrees. The Void is amazing. I can't say I've seen it. Lots of body
Oh, it's
horror,
good.
he says.
Yes, lots of body horror. It's right now it's on Amazon Prime. I watched it, but I've seen it before. I really like. I just watched it today. Actually, it's like I'll watch The Void again. I like The Void.
Fair enough. I'm not the biggest fan of body horror, so I'm not sure why you'd want to go back for that, but hey.
Well, there could be some body horror coming into Deadhouse, but we'll see.
Very good to know. Put that right in with the spider houses for all that I care. Okay. Dealt with that trapper. Pargon. Faceless Mike subscribed for 3 months. Hey, thank you, Faceless Mike. We really
Thank you.
appreciate that. Is this gonna hurt me? No. Oh dear. Oh, okay. Oh, sanity effect. I think. I'm not too sure what just happened in that room, but camera taking me over this way. I'm gonna get out of here. Can't go that way unless it's just there's probably a switch somewhere. Recover health so I can run again. Ooh, okay. Making better progress today than I thought we would, honestly.
Yeah, we should be able to finish the game today. Really, at the time we're tracking, I think we're almost done.
If you guys are just joining us in the chat and you haven't heard, we're giving away a free Risen Founders Pack in today's stream. All you have to do is type in the word Risen into the chat, R-I-S-E-N. Entering it multiple times doesn't increase your chances of winning, and we will do the draw at the end of the stream to find out who's the lucky winner. If you already have
See if there's something. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
If you already have access to the second age of Deadhouse Sonata, you will be able to gift this one to a friend. So you can bring your friends in to fight the living in Deadhouse Sonata.
All right. Try the center. Try the center.
Let's see, actually. Oh yeah, probably reveal. Do I have enough for that? Yes, I do. Layler in the Twitch chat says, one more question. Do you want to find a publisher for the game, or do you still want to remain an independent company?
I guess time will tell. We're open to all options at this point. We really, for us, the right partner, and depending on how we decide which direction we go in, will really determine. It all depends. It depends. There's no hard option there. We could go either way.
Mm-hmm. Definitely pros and cons to both, obviously.
Yes. Yeah. It would have to be the right partner, though, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't help me out in here. Dispel invisible, or see invisible doesn't work. Dispel magic doesn't work. That door is locked, or is not a door, rather. The only way out is through something to do with this pit. It has to be. Let's try. I'm not too sure what would help me in this room.
Did you try reveal invisible in the whole room area?
Try that again.
Did you? If you've done that, then I can't remember how to solve this one actually.
Okay, revealed invisible. Still can't walk across there. That door is still locked, or should be. Yes.
I think there's something in the center in that hole, isn't there? Isn't there some kind of like pillar or something? No, like come towards where you were before? No. Back where you were revealed invisible? Isn't there some kind of something there in the center? Yeah, like that. What is that?
I can't interact with it, whatever it is. So perhaps there's some broken pieces laying around. Fix it.
Pandora probably knows.
Pedestal? Probably pulling her hair out right now, waiting for me to find it, but
I can't remember. Sorry. I can't remember. Trying to remember.
that's okay. Well, now I've just jinxed us, though, saying we might, we're making good progress. And then we come to this room. Okay, there was nothing back here. Just making sure, yeah, I can't leave this room. Okay, I'm gonna recover more. So I can keep sprinting.
Is there anything in your inventory? Anything in your inventory that you could use?
Let's see. Letter from Edward, hidden note, shotgun, revolver, tomb. No, I don't believe so. There's nothing behind these pillars to move around. Let's see, nothing over there. These pillars are all fine. There's nothing there, or even up there. Interesting. Okay, well. Can't enchant anything in here that would help me, really. What the? Well, I think that is not a door, so definitely. Can a trapper do anything in here? Let's see. Chain BS in our Twitch chat has asked Dennis, would you consider Legacy of Kain to be grimdark?
I guess as it's before its time. It's definitely grim. I don't know if it's grim enough. We had a lot of lighthearted stuff in there, and we're certainly colorful as well. I would say grimdark before grimdark's time. It's certainly very close to that, though. I'm a big grimdark kind of guy, so but there's a few things that I think Legacy of Kain would have to go slightly in a darker direction in a few areas. It's pretty dark, but I don't know if it's dark enough for grimdark. Grimdark's grim. So almost, I would say.
Yeah, grimdark is a kind of a very specific term that some pretty inflexible guidelines to it, I guess, or requirements to be considered grimdark. Oh boy, oh boy. What about other spells do I have? Bind? Nope, nothing in the room to bind. Magic pool, I don't think. No. Brawl Stars _8-bit asked in the Twitch chat, what inspired you to make Dead House Sonata?
Well, I think the first thing was that I wanted to bring narrative back from the dead. Because right now, narrative in games is really rare. It's becoming more rare. I think in the multiplayer space or in the online space, it's pretty much non-existent. And I know as the medium shifts, we have to shift with that. The medium is not going to change. It's sort of forces beyond our control. It's sort of a macroeconomic shift that the games industry has to get used to. Games, basically cloud first gaming, and it offers some advantages. So I wanted to create a game that brought the voices back that we once created with Blood Omen Legacy of Kain. I also felt in some ways that games always are good coming from the heart, and I do think in many ways I'm coming back from the dead, and I think that so from that part it really hit home from that perspective. And I guess the last thing, this is a very good question. The last thing that we're really going to be focusing on in Dead House Sonata is truth. What does truth mean? We're gonna have magic systems based upon true names. We've got a lot of things that really focus around that particular spirit, and that was sort of the last, I guess, pillar that from why did I create it. I think if you look at some of the writings, the old world, and some of the writings that you see in the Necro Libriatus, I hope that comes through. I think we want to, a sonata is a song. We want to, I guess, sing a song that harkens back to the old days, but reverberates for today's gamers, because we need that. We need that voice back in gaming. So that's what made me want to create Dead House Sonata. I hope that comes through in the game. We're still really early, but that's how I feel personally. So that's the best answer I can give.
Mm-hmm. I think Captain Cutthroat summed it up pretty well. It's one man's quest bringing stuff back from the dead, as only he knows how.
That is true.
Oh dear. We're gonna have to... okay.
Have you figured it out yet, or no?
No, unfortunately. So...
I'm on the FAQ. I'm reading my FAQ for my own game. Which tower is this, I wonder?
It's okay. Chat doesn't mind. I'll just do their favorite thing and spin in circles. Right? You guys don't mind waiting a little bit. Hey, Toby too. It was a long time ago, to be fair. I mean, I've been playing this game all this time recently, and I still don't quite know what I'm supposed to be doing, so... There's nothing to target around here. Oh dear, oh dear. Well then. Well, in the meantime, how's everybody in chat doing? Hope you guys are okay. If you haven't already heard, we're giving away a free Risen Founders Pack for this week's stream. All you have to do is type in the word Risen into the chat once to be entered for your chance to win. Entering it in multiple times won't increase your chances of winning, and we shall be doing the draw relatively soon, actually. This hour just flew by.
I did fly by. I'm trying to It's driving me crazy. I remember. So I love this room. I love the whole idea of it. I remember liking it. I'm just trying to remember what the puzzle was.
I'm trying to, yeah. It seems to,
Do you know which one this is? Which ruin this is that you're working on?
I think this is Regamore. It wasn't a Pargon, I'm pretty sure.
Okay, so is it Tower 5? It might be Tower 5.
Might be.
Were there trappers in here? Invisible trappers?
No, I don't believe there were trappers in this room. Glad to hear you're doing good, Wyvern Tamer. It's great to see you in the chat. It's interesting. As soon as you take away all the color, like for this one particular room, everything's relatively black and white. How much that throws me off. You trained your brain to look at everything in the colors, RGB, and now when you have none, very lost. That's there. Oh boy, oh boy.
Did you try summoning something here?
I can summon... I did summon a trapper, which I couldn't find anything really to lock onto. There's a statue of a horror, so I'll summon that and see what happens. Nothing down there. Let's see if I can bash through that wall. Summon something and throw it into the pit, says Varric. Can he get down there? Nope. Maybe he's just got to stand in a certain spot. Interesting. The reveal spell, I've tried every combination of reveal invisible, and I'm pretty sure I've walked around the whole room with them on. But I do appreciate the suggestion, Calypso. Yeah, Varric, it was a good thought. That kind of makes sense since the worm monsters came out of the middle. Might need a tribute.
If Pandora's still here, she must know the answer.
She must.
She speedruns this.
But I don't.
Tell us, Pandora. Tell us.
I don't think Pandora's here today. I don't think I've seen her in the chat
No,
yet.
she answers the question. No, she answers the question.
Oh, that's
I said hello to her.
Right.
She's
Yeah.
She's here. Well, she was here. Come on, help us. Help. We're calling a friend.
Yeah. I gotta phone a friend at this point. Nope. Alright.
See a dead reckoning.
Well, you didn't work out, so...
Ask Chat did not. That failed, yeah.
Yep, one life spent there. Oh well. I guess in the meantime, Dennis, we have just about time for one more question.
Sure.
Layla in the Twitch chat asked Dennis, what are the 3 games that influenced your continued growth as a developer? Ooh.
Well, the first one certainly was Ultima 3. That got me into video games. I would say probably the next one after that's Resident Evil 2. That inspired me to create Eternal Darkness. And I guess if I was to, this is a stretch, but if I was to pick another game, it would probably be EVE Online, which I put a lot of time into. And I love the persistence of the universe and how they did it. I think they did an extraordinarily good job of putting that world together. And I think in some ways A lot of the things in EVE Online are influencing Deadhouse Sonata. So if I was to pick 3, those would be the 3 I'd pick off the top of my head. And hopefully they make sense. Oh, what did you do? What happened?
Sailor Midgard, thank you so much for suggesting that I just restore my sanity. Oh, okay. So you restore it, and then it leaves you again. Okay. Alright. Starting to make a little more sense. Let's try this a little more. You gotta avoid the worm. Okay, so how can we do that? Let's see. Cover some more sanity. It is 5 o'clock now, guys, so I think at the next point I get to save is probably where we'll be ending the stream.
You gotta finish this part, man. Yeah, I gotta finish this part.
Yeah. I got nothing.
Maybe to summon something and throw it in the pit now?
That might work, yeah. So if this is probably one of your last chances to get your Risens into the chat, if you'd like to be entered for a chance to win a free Risen Founders Pack. RISEN. Only entering it once matters. Entering it multiple times will not increase your chances of winning. But, he dies. Nope. Okay. We got the zombie. He attacked him. Oh, now I'm missing some mana, so... Don't do it. Don't hit me, zombie. Okay. Recover some more sanity. Smitten. Very well done, Calypso. Verkeldon. Yep. You're all entered into your own special contest now. I'm not sure what the prize is, but rating in Smitten and Wizen, how'd you know?
I would go to that panel now with the summon. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so summon a zombie. Don't have enough magical essence. Let's make a chat watch me run around in a circle a couple more times. Now we can summon this. Okay, so I know worm will try to get me if I go there.
Nope.
Jeez, he's got my zombie summon now. It's no longer under my control. How do I get across this floor? Shield? Don't do it. Don't do it. He still does it. Interesting. Well... Jailing running should definitely be a compilation, Captain Cutthroat. Oof. Too long for a compilation, honestly. Me running away from things. We'd never get to play the game, it'd just be the promo. Okay, so zombie does not work. Recover some of that, cast another one to recover some more. Slowly but surely, we will get through this room. That should be enough. Yeah. Okay. Take my sanity back. Let's try a horror. Let's see how he likes that. Compilation of me running and a compilation of me dying just for some juicy bits, Varric. That'd be a 10-part series I'd watch, yeah. Okay, eat this. He did. Summon monster. Okay.
The worm pit room. Okay, Alex cannot run to the exit. She needs to sneak using the X button. So you need to sneak.
Oh, you just have to
It's
sneak
blind.
past them? Okay.
There you go.
Using the X button. Ooh.
Yep.
I think I... Did I rekey that somewhere? I shouldn't have.
Sneak.
I should go slowly. Nope. Why? I'm pressing X. It wouldn't let me sneak. That's... really sucks. Okay. Sneaking should be... Oh.
That'll do it.
Yeah, moving. I was waiting for the crouch animation, but that makes sense now. Why it does not. Okay.
Okay, there's a button you push. There's a button to sneak. Push that button.
Finally, we will get out of this room, save the game, and then we will do the draw to see who has won the free Risen Founders Pack.
Has to look at the back. That's how bad we are.
It's got nothing to do with you, Dennis. Don't worry, that's all on me. Okay, sneak out of here.
Don't run. What are you doing?
Slowly. Don't do it. I don't know how far I can be. That should be good. I hope.
I think once you're off the purple, you're okay, but stay safe.
Okay. Okay, back here. Good. Save that. Jalen learns how to walk. Achievement unlocked. Yes, not just walking, while sneaking at the same time. It was very difficult. But there we go, finally. All right. With that, I think this is probably your last chance to get your Risens into the chat if you haven't already entered for a chance to win a Founders Pack. In just a moment, we'll do the draw to see who has won. And in the meantime, Dennis, is there anything you'd like to say to the chat?
No, have a great weekend. Thanks for coming out. Looking forward to seeing everyone on Wednesday for our narrative stream. Hope everyone likes that stuff.
Yeah, I think so. I know that some people in our Discord have already been pretty excited about it, and they're really looking forward to having that lore stream with Jack. Should be very interesting. Yeah, Golden Zen, you're definitely going to want to be there. That sounds like something right up your alley, honestly. So let's see. The winner of the Risen Founders Pack, if we can just get Nightbot to cooperate here. It's Free Real Estate has won the giveaway. Congratulations, it's Free Real Estate.
Congratulations. There we are.
Hope you enjoyed that Risen Founders Pack. Great name, by the way. Love the reference and the meme. And with that, I think we'll be wrapping up the stream. Thank you guys so much for joining us. We really appreciate you and all of your support. If you haven't already, you can visit our website, deadhousesonata.com, so you can visit our forums to have your voice heard, get a link to our Discord so you can join our after streams, after parties, and you can visit our store page to see about purchasing a Founders Pack. Make sure you wish list us on Steam, like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. My name's Jalen Pachenik, and I will see you guys on Tuesday for our Community Roundtable streams. Fight the living, everybody.